It doesn't matter where you are in life. If you don't feel blessed, you won't be blessed. You gotta know your worth before you can be worth anything. Welcome to January 2nd, 2026, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live, aired, truth. So, guys, tonight I want to share with you this interesting video that I just stumbled upon this evening. Taryn Manning, Orange is the New Black. Speaks about the gang stalking trauma with Whitney Cummings. Share this one. It's interesting. We're going to listen to this song. I stumbled upon this song this morning. So this song in the background looks like Blessed Because I Got Fight. Lyric videos, Team Fearless. It's a good one. So anyways, so we are going to talk about, check that out, by the way. It's a good song. Very good song. Very motivational. I came on with a plan, yet without a plan. And this is really cute. Let me see if I can pull this up so we can listen together, because I hadn't listened to the whole thing. And it just stopped me dead in my tracks. And I was like, I got to make a show on this. Taryn Manning, Orange is the New Black. Let's see if we can pull this up on YouTube here. It looks like this is as popular as doing the name Warriors on your channel. We're going to have to fish for this a little different. My upstairs TV is very different from my downstairs. There it is. Okay, I found it from my downstairs. Taryn Manning, Orange is the New Black, speaks about her gangster. This is cute. I can relate.
They still get away with it. So wild. It's just bizarre. Like I got falsely arrested. I got falsely arrested once, meaning I was arrested and I never even did anything wrong, and I was thrown into the slammer. It was on my birthday. It was a knock at the door.
Congratulations.
And,
that is something.
I was in New York. Things were great. My boyfriend at the time answered the door. It was the police. And at the time, I had a woman stalking me so bad, and she had a restraining order through criminal jurisdiction. So her clever ass went around criminal court and got me a restraining order through family court.
Yeah.
Which is the hierarchy is like different, like criminal justice.
I think this is how they're coming at me too.
But she found out a way to lie and get me in trouble. So on my birthday, I'm being carted off. I'm like, and my boyfriend was like, no, you can't take her. She's the one that has a restraining order.
Yeah.
No, she has a restraining order and she's violated it. So my birthday party I never made it to. I was thrown into the New York City in the slammer. They started calling me, right when I showed up, prisoner. And I just got a DJ. I had $10,000 in my purse. So they're like, thinking now I'm dealing drugs. But the point of the story was I stayed in New York City, and that's when I started to get gang stalked. It's targeted individual, because what
lucky her
do is to drive you so crazy that you want to kill yourself, basically. So you just off yourself. I think that's the MO. And it was awful. There were times I didn't leave my house for a month. There was one time I had a dog too, but I was so scared because I swear to you, hand to God, that let's say my call time was 4:45 and Orange was coming to pick me up.
That's true. I think I went through the same thing.
On the streets. I lived on Morton Street. It's like
similar,
right there, like in the lower West Village or whatever. adorable streak.
So this was during the filming of Orange and Black.
Yeah. So when I was, because the lawsuit was like let's say 1 or 2 years later. Yeah, that's when the bad stalking started. But the gang stalking, so I would leave my apartment, and I swear to God, and one time my friend thought people would just start coming and crisscrossing, like they don't care if they cut you off. People everywhere, all of a sudden, everywhere. They're everywhere. And like, I was reading the Bible, and it was on my lap, and this number kept calling through, and it was calling through on FaceTime. And then I was like, I'm not answering that because I don't answer just any call. But then it came in not on FaceTime. It was a gentleman. I answered the phone. His name was Truman, and he literally said, "You know that thing that's on your lap right now? It's a bunch of the Bible." Yeah, and I started just looking around, and then that would proceed to start with a year of more paranoia, year of just hypervigilance. I thought I bought a house that was covered in cameras, and so I'm just like, but I didn't want them to see me looking around because I'm like, I'm being watched. So like, I'm trying, you know what I mean, trying to be cool, but like dying inside, like, oh my God, I knew this stuff was real. Like, meaning I knew I was being followed. I knew I was being watched. Now they're in my house. They're everywhere. And like, if I looked out that morning, I'm like, he's there. Walking out.
And they just look like anyone, or they all
look like anyone, but they don't look you in the eye. There's nothing. And my friend said, we think they're aliens. That they're true. If you want to talk about aliens that live amongst us, or demons that live amongst us, you guys, this is the real deal, because we're talking. They come out of every apartment, and 20, and I'm dodging them just to get to my van. And I get in the van. I'm like,
really quickly, just to because I was ignorant about it. Epidemiological data, epidemiologists, right? Epidemiological data, is that right? Suggests that as many as 1% of adult women and 0.5% of adult men in Western world may suffer the experience of being group stalked at some point in their lives. The gang stalking experience has been subject to little scientific study. How could you? It makes sense, man.
Look up targeted individual, TTI, not the rapper.
Because it's a great way to intimidate somebody.
But it's
I'm
different.
sure New York, the mafia is great at it. If I was 25 and broke, which I was,
the
someone
rapper
came up to me and said, "Hey, there's this pedophile, or there's this evil person. I'll give you $100 a day to just for 2 hours annoy this." I'm sure I would think it over.
I know.
I had no other options.
Bump them. Always know that you're hot on their trail. Like, I mean, they buy plane tickets. A lot of people think it's a mental psychosis and that it's a mental illness.
Like, you feel like all these people are attacking you?
No, I know what I experienced. They would hit. They would be at airport.
Whoa.
No, this is a real
thing. Beginning in the early 2000s, the term gang stalking became popularized to describe a different experience of repeated harassment, which instead comes from multiple people who organize around a shared purpose.
Mm-hmm. And the shared purpose was to shut me up. Because so no one ever told me going against New York City, big deal, would tear my life apart. But I'll never forget the day. Went on for about 5 years, and I'll never forget the day it stopped. And I made it through. And you know how I made it through? From God. Okay, this is one of the reasons there's no other way. These were people. I'm telling you, they wouldn't look you now. They'd be at the airport. They would be there when I got out of the airport. They'd be my Uber driver. They'd be.
Do you think someone pays them? Like, is it like a?
Look that up.
Because by the way,
and they love it. If you
give someone $100 cash, it's amazing what you can get them to do.
There's a lot of people that thrive off of I don't like the word evil, but how would I say it? Like, there's a lot of people that thrive off of torturing other people, perhaps because maybe they were tortured.
And they were probably told this person is a problem. They think they're doing something great.
How easily do you ruin someone's life?
Like, no offense.
What?
Like, I feel like you could hold your own for a while.
Until someone stops on me.
Yeah, we can hold our own for a while. Just a while. What the? So you guys got to pick this up. Wait, let me, I was trying to try to read you the name. All right. So this was kind of cute, and I stumbled upon this. It's ODOGWU Medico Ltd. ODOGWU I think I'm saying that correctly. Medico Ltd. Taryn Manning Orange is the New Black speaks about her gang stalking. It's very interesting. It's interesting how they try to lock people up, institutionalize you once you figure out what's going on. Now, we all have a little different twist, a little different perception of what is actually happening. But these people are, it all depends on how you perceive them. But I see them to be the very wickedest case of evil that you could ever encounter. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the book. I want to talk about the book, and I forgot to bring that upstairs. And I'm headed out for this evening, so we'll leave it at that. But remind me in my next show to talk about the book. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Cult of Trump book. The Cult of Trump. Yeah. And there were several things I wanted to read aloud to you. I'm making a note of this because my brain is going in 100 different directions at a speed beyond what I can capacitate in my own thought. It's funny because I thought about writing a book, but my brain works so fast that it can't retain. It actually can't even retain the information so quickly. And when I think about the very things that create this channel, that create my shows, it's usually at a time when I'm running, like literally exercising, running. I have no pen and paper in hand, obviously, or I'm driving, or I'm doing something that I am, kind of into music. And when I'm driving, I'm usually into music. When I'm running, I'm usually into music. And those are usually the times when I have the highest absorption of any of my thoughts and my processes in, I guess, probably my greatest ability to function cognitively and have my best creative abilities as far as writing this channel, writing my shows. And if I ever make it to a book, because it's much easier for me to speak this stuff to you quickly than it is and I speak it into my phone all the time to record because I can't write it as fast as I can speak it. And gang stalking is much worse than people really define it as. We, as a society, have been cult programmed to shun it, to shut it down, to absorb it, to hide it, to de-escalate it, to just go with the flow, make it the new norm. All of those things, we are programmed to behave and do as such. Therefore, we are not taking the enemy very seriously. This could be a political leader, aka the book that I'm going to be reading. I'll do that in the next show. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm going to tap out at any moment. And I will be happy to share that. I promise. I promise. When I have a little bit more rest, and I want to talk about the Cult of Trump programming. This isn't necessarily, I have some discrepancies with this book, by the way. This isn't necessarily just about Donald Trump and his cult-like programming mechanisms to, his salesman techniques in order to keep people on board. And yes, this is very dangerous. We should be taking this highly seriously. It's not like I'm trying to de-escalate this here or say, other people are just as bad, because it's not necessarily true. There are bad political leaders on both sides. There are people who are willing to run people under the bus, do all sorts of various things to people behind closed doors, behind their backs, on both sides, left and right. So there are devils on both sides. There shouldn't be any division by political party ever again. I mean, it shouldn't happen because the gang stalking programs are run by both sides equally. And so, God, even some TIs have taken on the have have even started dialoguing, have even started talking exactly like Donald Trump. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. And I've had some other thoughts on this process, but my brain is just like, please quit for the day. You're done. You're done for tonight. But yeah, yeah, and it's a really hard thing when you see it all because it becomes hard to sort. You keep going to a different level and you keep taking in gang stalking at a different level, a different level, a different level. And once you get to a certain level where you just can't even describe what it is that you're thinking and you're feeling and how to, sort the thoughts, if you will, of like, like I see liberals doing this, I see Democrats doing this. It's all not even meshing on the same scale, on the same spectrum. So it's like you've got all these different groups that are cult minded and they're all kind of behaving in one way, shape, or form. So then the person who's stuck in the middle is left in a complete gaslight. And that's exactly what's happening. You're in the spinning smoke and mirrors, gaslit reality where nothing makes sense to you. No group makes sense. No entity makes sense. No, you can't separate anything into logic. It's really something. And I had some thoughts on this based on a book. So I'll share that in my next show. Hit the like if you like it, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and share. Of course, always share my channel. I've been doing this for over a year now with all of my own TI stories. Nothing is stolen or used or bought or paid for or anything from any other source. So it's all my own work at my very own demise. So thank you for listening. And I do have a GoFundMe page, but I haven't posted that at the bottom of my show. It's posted on my other. It's posted on my channel through my other videos. So be sure to check those out. I did fail to mention. I wanted to mention this tonight. My neighbor next door. As soon as it's 9:50 p.m. Eastern time right now. But as soon as I came up, let's see, this has been running for 20 minutes now, this show. So around 9:30, I can hear her. I have my windows open because of the sewage issue in the house that's still unresolved. I'm still waiting for my landlords to get off their vacation. Yeah, this is how this stuff works, if you're gang stalked. My neighbor, I can hear her because I have the windows cracked for ventilation purposes. I can hear her getting out of her car. She's probably smoking her pot and getting high and maybe just hanging out while I was watching hiking videos downstairs in my living room before I went to bed. I mean, maybe she wants to know all my hiking plans for the upcoming year. Not sure. But I could hear her getting out of the car, and I thought, oh, but Jesus. I mean, it's really something to have somebody sitting under your window all the time. And in the morning, oh my gosh. So I had different schedule the last couple of days. Right? I'm usually an early riser. I really am. And get up early, go to work, come home, enjoy my evening. And I've been working a little later in the day, going in later and working a little later in the evening. And oh, and they have been playing like Car Wars in the morning, which is just a honking and the unlocking of the doors, locking of the doors, some beeping, some honking in succession. They've just I don't even know what's wrong with them. But it's 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 just really disruptive to your sleep. And now that I'm keeping an upstairs window open for ventilation purposes because of this whole stink pipe thing or whatever sewage thing is going on in my house, I gotta listen to all this. These people are like drama creators. I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, of all the things in the world, like, can't you just get your own hobbies? Can't you just, maybe take up some art, take up ceramics, maybe make a pot like in a Ghost, in the movie Ghost. Can it just you just go create something or do something? Can you just do more walking with your dog? I just I don't even know what to do anymore. Oh, they're just laughable. You guys, after a point. I mean, I'm telling you, if you are listening to this and you are like crying your eyes out right now, thinking about gang stalkers who are doing you wrong, I'm telling you, after a while, once you really catch on, okay? Once you really catch on, there's a seriousness to it. No doubt. There's a high serious level to this stuff, right? But if you just start taking it as if it isn't, because once you get to the point where you realize how serious the shit is, like when you realize how potent, how disastrous, how explosive, how corrupt, you will have nothing else in your arsenal but laughter. And once you start seeing this full circle for what it is, you will just laugh. And so I have decided to take up the whole fan club motto, which every time I drive by my local Sheets, on my way out of town, on my way in town, there's always a good many cars watching certain parking areas, and I just call them my fan club. And I just wave. Sometimes I even give them a little honk. They might get paid an extra dollar or two, but and then what I say is, hi, fan club. So they don't really hear me, most likely. And if they do, who cares? Because I'm in my car and I'm just waving and doing this to let off my own steam, if you will. So I just say, oh, hi, fan club, bye, fan club, because that's pretty much what they are. They're your fan club because they are the jealous haters who are, hanging out to follow you, like the paparazzi, if you will. So if you just call them the fan club, you can carry on just nicely. So I have a neighborhood fan club, which is right next door, and I have a community fan club, and I have plenty of other, uh, fan club. Yeah. Oh, I got somebody in the chat. We got yeah, I have laughed about that too in the past. Fan club. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what else do? You got to roll with the punches as they come. And once you really start watching the gang stalkers in action and you start taking it in, like, get the full picture effect of this, you see that it is just nonsensical. That it's like, regardless of what the bad guys actually did, what the corruption is, it's really just silly. It's really just a farce, false faux act that they're just wasting time to uh in order to orchestrate your in order to get a reaction out of you. So don't let them. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, well, nice to meet you too in the chat. Michael, nice to meet you. I've been watching your vids for a couple months now, commenting on occasion and often giving thumbs up. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Don't forget to give your thumbs up today in this video if you like it, and subscribe. Yes. Yeah, these stories are relatable. Yes, yeah, I mean, so many of us are in the same boat. It's pretty sad what these people are doing, and you got to wonder what causes them to. It just it's it's just so funny when as soon as I came upstairs to start this live stream, I heard my neighbors. I call them Three's Company. I heard R, who is one of the three that lives there, get out, slam the car door and get out of the car, or it was A, but it was probably R. I don't even have to look out, but it's not like I even care. I don't have any reason to be jealous or, anxious to watch them get home. So just, I just sit here and listen and hear what's going outside the window because they make it obvious that they're slamming their doors. Like, it's it's like I realize there are 3 of you living there and there are 3 vehicles, but sometimes 4. But can you make it a little less obvious that you're coming and going? 'Cause I mean, I'm attuned to you so much now that I definitely notice, but it's I mean, it they sensitize you so bad in this program, you guys, after a while, once you start picking up on it, it's actually humorous. It really is. I mean, these people just they're they're just wasting their lives. They're just can't they just get a hobby? I mean, can't they take something up? Can't they just paint something? Like, I mean, can't they figure out like a cure for cancer? I mean, could they work on something? Anything? What's happening with the sewer smell? I've had that too, and know full well what the demons were literally collecting. What were the demons collecting? You might want to tell me a little bit more about that. And that you know full well what the demons were literally collecting. No, they're lost. They have no hobbies. But yeah, yeah, they're definitely lost. I mean, they're definitely lost souls, and it's really sad. I just I can't take it seriously. Recollecting coming together against me. Well, it depends on whether you're going to look at them as demons or humans. I guess there's different takes on this. And today, this was kind of my struggle in what I was reading was whether we're just going to blame it on demons or we're going to actually hold people accountable for their bad behavior, human beings accountable for their bad behavior. So that's part of the question. Demons and humans most of the time. Yeah, I mean, there's, yeah, but the demons act out of all of us at some point in time. It's just that we have the technology, and we have those manipulations. We have all sorts of other things that, yeah, demons need a host that are coming out, and we have to look at things a little bit differently. But uh, human beings are the shell, right? As in the Shell Shock song. Yeah, the sewer smell, it's still there, but hopefully they'll eventually come and take a look at it. I mean, I'm going to probably have to call them again, but I've been ventilating my house and paying attention, just checking, doing what I can with the. I mean, I used all my sinks, all my showers in the house, all the toilets. I mean, it's not like anything gets is left unused in the house, so not really sure. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm reading the chat, you guys. It's just now, yeah, I mean, my harassment is pretty much the same, and I know what to expect. I'm a vet at this. I've been doing this for a long time. They're just silly. They go full circle and they start playing the same games over and over again. It's like what they did last month or what they did last year is all coming full circle again. It's just silly. I mean, they don't. they don't have anything anymore. They really don't. They don't got game anymore. I'm shutting it down. They're useless, they're worthless, and they don't have anything. It's the same crap, different day. And once you are a vet at this, and once you have done your own homework, I mean, you really know that you know they can't they can't do anything. It's no touch torture. I usually say can't touch this, and sometimes I even play the song while I'm out driving around. And I've got vehicular gang stalking all over me. I mean, it's everywhere, all over me. So I'll just play Can't Touch This, and I'll say, I'll just call them the fan club. So it's it's pretty much all that. Well, the pit's going to open up for sure. It's going to open up for the bad guys, and the bad guys are going in. Yeah. Yeah, the bad guys are going down. No touch until the pit is open, as per Revelation. Yeah, well, they'll get theirs. Yeah, I mean, it's coming. And, and we're going to feel bad. We're probably going to feel bad. Like, right now, we're just kind of coping. This is our coping mechanism for how we handle things. But when it happens, I mean, for sure, shit, if we see people falling into the lake of fire, I mean, I don't think any of us are going to be like, I mean, it's not going to happen at that moment. You know what I mean? Right now, we're like coping, coping mechanism is out, like all I can think about is the fan club t-shirt that I see myself wearing when I drive past all my vehicular gang stalkers at this point. That's all I see. Yeah, in the chat, he. First, the spirits are coming out, and in the end, yes, the bad guys are going into the lake of fire. Yeah, yeah. Well, I almost wonder if God's got a plan for them to have them try. I mean, I would at least, if I were God, I would probably try to have them repent first. Like, be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're not sorry?" I mean, you can't force anybody to say they're sorry, right? You can't force that. Somebody does something to hurt you and they're not sorry for it. It's usually out of fear that it weakens them, right? Shame, guilt, fear. Those are usually the drivers. So if I were playing God, I would say, "Are you sure? Are you sure you don't have anything to say? Are you sure you don't want to change your mind? Are you sure?" And then it would be like mini me, and there's a button, and you just push the button, and that's the end of it. That's, I mean, he's waiting for them to repent. That's why this is all taking so long. Part of the reason. And yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what it is. He is waiting for them to repent. Well, I had wondered why this seems to be like prolonging agony too. But I almost wonder if the universe is waiting for more than that, if it's waiting for more than one thing, if it's waiting for people to let bygones be bygones, to heal relationships, to apologize, to see their own fault in things. And the problem is that the ego doesn't allow for this to happen, unfortunately. So some people can come to a point where they can have a conversation with somebody, or construct a conversation with somebody, but the other party is not on board, is not doing that, and they're further behind. They're left behind in a sense because they are not able to repent. They are not able to meet you halfway. And I found this to be very true with past relationships, with family and friend relationships. They're just very far behind, which is really scary because um, most TIs have come to the place where they can repent and they can be like, oh man, I wish I never did that, or I did that really wrong. But most TIs have made a pact with God and have been forgiven, fully forgiven, and, free of shame and guilt and on the right path. But a lot of people who aren't close to God are not in a place where they're willing to drop the ego to repent. And that's what's really sad. And yeah, I think that's true. I think that's really true. Thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful. It's a great thought. Um, and so the floor doors shall open, and into the pits of hell they go. And unfortunately, the book that I'm reading that I'm going to share is called The Cult of Trump. Although I think that I have some discrepancies about the book, even though I'm not a Trump fan. I think that the book kind of symbolizes just the cult nature, cult processing, and how we are indoctrinated into cults. And it is kind of showing how it is that people are jumping on the bandwagon to do all things that are against God, and behaving in cult like mannerisms, cult like patterns, hurting other people. Um, so the world's kind of falling apart that way. But I'm going to share more on that after I've had some rest. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. And I've got to look at my notes on that. And okay, I'll read the last chat comment and then I'm going to head out for this evening. Eek, everyone needs getting out of politics with all due respect. Each side passes the ball to the other, all with a common goal in mind, which is simply Satan's kingdom. Yeah, I think that's true too. I think that's really sad. I don't. Yeah, Democrats, Republicans, same thing. I see it the very same way. I think that both sides are equally demonic. Both sides are tainted. Both sides are satanic. Um, both sides are using us as pawns on the devil's chessboard. If you've checked out that book, I've kind of let it rest a little bit, but I'm finishing the Call of Trump and then the Devil's Chessboard, kind of, gonna go back in there and reread that. Because yeah, it's all just a ploy. It's all just a false facade. It's all just a faux, you know, just game board thrown in front of our eyes so that we are looking at one thing and not actually perceiving what's happening behind the whole game board, behind it's like putting all the puzzle pieces together. But if you're looking at the same orchestrated madness on the mainstream media all the time, and that's what you're you're enthralled in, and you're so hyper focused on, you're going to miss the picture. You're going to miss the real news, what's actually happening outside your window, what's actually happening with your neighbors. The very best thing is to get out and communicate and talk to people. I work with a lot of people in memory loss. And one of the things that is best for people with memory loss is communication, is connection, communication. So if you are sitting there playing video games all day, or you're sitting there just watching Fox News all day, you're only getting one influencer in your ear. You're only getting one side of a story. You're not building your repertoire. You're not building your arsenal, your base with more than one source, more than one influence, and all sorts of ideas. And one of the things that I've needed to communicate to my children also is that it's okay to healthy debate things. It's okay to communicate things. The hard part is when conversations escalate into tension and madness, and it doesn't need to be that way. Everybody can agree to disagree in a respectable forum, in a respectable place where everybody has a right to their own boundaries, their own opinions, and it, yeah, I mean, I think that that is the biggest thing we need to take away is that communication is the key. Yeah, it is in the chat. Community, love, and respect. Yeah, it's really important that we can agree to disagree. We can be Republicans. We can be Democrats. We can be, whoever we need to be, and we can have our boundaries. But the problem is some of these cult-minded programming tools are designed to keep us in the control, confused state, which is one of the things that I'm reading about this book. And certain political leaders enjoy keeping us in that state. And we have to be careful. We have to be vigilant and mindful of those currents that are coming in. There's certain groups with agendas, and they don't like you or me. Yeah, that's just exactly it. That there are these groups that have formed, you know, that are like-minded, but they get so involved in. Uh, so what I'm reading is that Trump is he just believes highly in loyalty, right? So much to the point that he's probably the spokesperson for loyalty, right? Like he's 100% loyal in every aspect, in every arena of his life, right? Okay, so loyalty gets taken to a top notch, to an arena where bullying can happen with loyalty. We can drive people to insanity, and we can get people on our bandwagon to make sure that everybody who isn't loyal is punished. Okay, this is how they're doing it. I'm going to have to get into this another time. Yeah, yeah. So somebody had read in the top chat loyalty to his Masonic brethren. Oh, maybe his bankster friends. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's just a cult like patterning. It's a cult like behavior. So it's loyalty. Yeah, I think it's more loyalty with his cabinet, because this was referring to him bringing his daughter Ivanka and her husband on board. Yet they were probably the best, best people to be brought on to be kind of moderates, or kind of go-betweens between the Democrats and the Republican Party, being that they were younger and all that, they would have been able to kind of smooth things over. And but they didn't have the political experience, but they were given the top-notch security clearances and whatnot. They didn't have all the backgrounds necessary, but they were able to be in the cabinet, but they weren't able to break the loyalty cult bond, which was, I'm sorry, Dad, we don't agree with you, but this is how we see it. But that was not the way that Trump works, that he works. So what this writer is saying is that he is that they are maybe not in agreement, but they are not going to go against the grain due to the fear or whatever other kind of retaliation they could expect. I mean, look at Michael Cohen. But some of the people in the book, it's written that Trump would have possibly thrown his own family under the bus if they would have gone against him. So this is Steve Hassan, The Cult of Trump. This is the book that I'm talking about right now. And I'm going to get more into this at a later time because I don't have the book in front of me at the moment. But I wanted to read some excerpts from that book. Let's see. Cult is right. Cult. I'm trying to be nice when I say I'd quit reading that. Don't read their fictitious nonsense. Well, I mean, yeah, yes and no. It seems like there's some truth behind this because this is a way to get people to jump on board the bandwagon. These sales techniques and the cult techniques are used here in politics, and I'm not just calling Trump out on this. I think a lot of other politicians have done the same thing. The only problem is that I think a lot of people fear that he is Satan or like Satan, and that he is a Hitler type leader. And I think that that's what the question is that actually happening or not? So let's get into this, excuse me, in the next video. I'm going to head out for the evening. Fair enough, there's always gems in a lot of their literature. One can learn lots by reading their material. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, so, all right. Well, thank you very much for joining in the chat. Hit the thumbs up if you like it. I'm glad that you stopped into the live stream. I am so tired, and you can tell from the way I'm mincing my words up. So nice talking to you too in the chat. Feel free to subscribe if you like my channel and share. Don't forget to share and check out the next one. We'll continue this talk later. Have a good night. Look for the next one.